What up, folks? I am ultrazillatoys, and this is the UltraZ News Weekend Update, the only toy news not for reviews, but for all of yous. That's right, my zillions. This week on the UZN, we got some really cool Godzilla-related items. Some stemming from last week, even that we started talking about, like with the Funko Pops. There's even more. We got some Playmates news. We got some HIYA Toys news. We got some movie monster series news. Then we got some awesome TAKARA news. There was a big show out in Japan this week, a robot show, and TAKARA showed off a lot of really cool prototypes for a lot of the Transformers X lines, right? Like the Transformers with other things lines. I forgot what they're calling it in Japan right now, but either way, it doesn't matter. You get what I'm talking about, the crossover stuff, and some really cool images from that, and then we got a bunch of other interesting things to talk about. So without any further ado, let's get to that news. Let's kick things off with the big news, literally, because HIYA Toys is doing MECHA King Ghidorah, and this comes hot on the heels of their regular King Ghidorah from this movie, now out overseas. So, yeah, you know how I feel about how their release schedule is, but at the very least, that Ghidorah is now out, overseas, and people are starting to get it. So, it is what it is. This MECHA King Ghidorah does look really good. I haven't seen any reviews for the new King Ghidorah, and those reviews really don't matter to me too much because it's not until I get something that I really like could form an opinion on it myself. But this looks really good, but their other King Ghidorahs haven't been so hot from everything I've heard. Again, I don't have it for sure, but I can't really say. But 120 bucks for this MECHA King Ghidorah, whether there's going to be a lot of tariff stuff or not, is a good deal. So, pre-order and hopefully enjoy. Next up, we're talking about the Funko Pops, and we have some exclusive Funko Pops. These follow the other ones we talked about last week, and they're like an art-style Funko Pops. We got Space Godzilla, we got another Godzilla, and we got Destroyer, which doesn't look so artsy to me. But, overall, they look pretty good. We got Amazon exclusives, we got Entertainment Earth exclusives, so pick your poison, see what you like. If you dig the Funko Pops, these have some nice flavor to them. Let's move on to Playmates Toys, and we got a new wave of figures, including the Frost Vark, and these are official now. We've kind of known about them for a little bit from Toy Fair, but we're getting Frost Vark in the next wave from the Monarch TV show, including a reissue of the Kong Skull Island, and then it looks like a burning Godzilla-ish and a Mothra night look Mothra, which I always like this look. Then to go with your Raw and Battle Kong, we're getting a Tail Strike Godzilla, so this is a bigger figure. I really like how this looks. It might be a very, very cool figure. It might not look that great in person, but I don't know. I'm kind of digging this, and Tail Strikes are always neat. What's also pretty neat? Anatomy figures, and YMSF is going there with a GHIDORAH. How about that? I love this idea, and it looks really, really nice. They're also doing an Orga 2.0, and I'm liking the sculpt for this one as well. So do stay tuned to their socials if you want to know more. In the movie monster series, we are getting a Destroyer Larva, and I'm digging this for sure. It's going to be a Godzilla store exclusive. Right now, it feels like it might be a little bit too much. But do stay tuned until I think that maybe the US Godzilla store releases theirs for a better price. Planet X Asia is teaming with Star Ace to give us some vinyl figures, and they're kicking things off with the Kraken. Release it already! It looks really, really nice. If you like Planet Asia's vinyls and you like Harryhausen, this is definitely going to be for you. Super Robot fans, this week on the channel, you're going to be seeing my review of the Robot Spirits Voltes 5 Legacy, but they're not the only ones producing a Voltes 5 Legacy figure. because THREEZERO has revealed their M Deluxe figure. So it's going to be a smaller figure if you know the M Deluxe line. And that's going to be very, very, very cool. So if you're into M Deluxe figures, you're into Voltes 5, do check out my review of the Robot Spirits Voltes 5, because I will have an M Deluxe figure to size compare with the Robot Spirits one, so you could get a little bit of a taste of what to expect. As mentioned at the top, TAKARA had a whole slew of figures out for a robot show in Japan, including all of their Synergex, I couldn't remember the name before, of figures, which is their crossover line. And here is the Macross X, Transformers, as well as the Zoids X Transformers, and both lines look absolutely superb. Not lines, but both figures look absolutely superb, and I cannot wait for them. Then in their Adamas Machina line, we know that they have a Predaking coming out, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. And then one more thing to note from that show, going back to Synergex, we're gonna get an Evangelion Transformer. We got some loyal subjects, Masked Thunderhawk picks to look at, just a few picks, but that's gonna be a good line, guys. Lego is doing a Fantastic Four versus Galactus set, and that is pretty cool to celebrate the movie. McFarlane unveiled their new Elite series of figures, Elite Edition, and they're kicking things off with a Doom the Dark Ages Doom guy, all decked out in Dark Ages gear, and it looks really, really good. From Phantom of the Opera, NECA is doing a Phantom decked out in the Mask of Red Death gear. If you're a fan of the old movie, this is for you for sure. Banpresto has a new Crane game, Godzilla -1, and this one is just kind of like cut off at the knees. He's just coming up out of the water. It's pretty cool. I don't know if we're going to get this one as an Ichiban show, but you never know. I mean, I don't know for sure, but stay tuned. Mafex is doing a Berserker figure from Boom Studios and Keanu Reeves, Ron Garney. This looks really cool, just from the one pick. I like this better than what the McFarlane did, so I don't know, I might get this. I didn't read the comic, but I do like the style. I mean, I love Ron Garney. Keanu Reeves is cool, and I liked the Mafex John Wick. Hey, did you watch my Distortus Rex review? Well, there's another Distortus Rex coming out, and this is the Island Escape set. This is a much smaller figure of Distortus Rex, D-Rex. Comes with some of the human figures. This might be a cool set for you to get if you missed out on the big one or didn't want to spend the money on the big one. I'm gonna guess it's gonna cost a lot less. Fighting game figure aficionados, we're getting some King of Fighters figures from a Joy Toy, so that's pretty cool. If you've been collecting a lot of different fighting game figures, you're probably going to want to get these to add to the collection. In Sentinels Fighting Armor series, we're getting an Iron Spider, which is kind of pretty perfect. This figure looks really, really nice. Hasbro is giving us a Transformers Earth Spark Optimus Prime with the trailer. The trailer turns into a nice little, movable, gun turret thing, which looks pretty cool. This is up on Amazon right now. We got some renders of the upcoming Loose Collector Youngblood line with Shaft and Die Hard. I gotta admit, I do have a little bit of a soft spot for these Rob Liefeld creations. Back to Godzilla, because we weren't going to front load everything, were we? How about some Spiral Toy Godzillas? These look awesome, with a whole slew of Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla 1974 figures, including this really, really neat fake Godzilla, and then a Mecha Godzilla. These are all kind of really neat little styles. They're kind of reminiscent of what we're getting with the Funko stuff. But then this Godzilla here with the missiles attached speaks to me like no other. I might need to get this one. We talked about these Power Rangers Reignition figures, and how about them in a box set? This makes them way, way better. This is such a handsome set. I love the overall box, and I love the individual boxes. So I don't know, if I'm gonna get them, I'm gonna get them like this, I think. I think they just look really superb like this, and just make them just feel a little bit neater. And then, last but certainly not least, we are getting some model kits from a new company called Empire Sky Studios. Well, at least a new company to me, of the Pacific Rim first movie Jaegers. And they all look really nice. Something odd about Gypsy's head. But still, looking like some nice styles. I definitely want to hear more about these. And there you go, guys. That's the Ultra Z News. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below on any of these. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content and let me help you diversify your collection. Till next time, peace out, peeps.